In this video, I am going to explain the step-by-step procedure for migrating K2Store 3.0 to 3.5. 3.5 is a major upgrade to K2Store. It brings in a lot of new features like zone-based tags, coupon codes, quantity-based discounts, and more attribute types. So I'm going to demonstrate how to migrate from K2Store 3.0. So I have a test site made with that works with the 3.0, and I have a few products created, and these products can be accessed from here. So I have two products that is called one is for Motorola Zoom that uses a few attributes, and another one is Samsung Galaxy Tab. So these are the two products I have already have, and I have a few orders made. These are just for the testing purposes. These products made with the K2Store 3.0 3.0.3. This is the latest version now. So I'm going to show how to migrate from 3.0.3 to 3.5. So it is a single step installation process, but it needs a few more steps to configure your shop correctly. So I'm going to download 3.5, which is currently it is in beta stage, and from my account from K2Store.org and to my account, and then go to my downloads. Then you can download K2Store 3.5 from here. So once you download it, just go back to your Joomla installation. I have a 2.5 Joomla. I have a Joomla running 2.5.11, and go to extension manager, and choose the file which I have already downloaded. This is the beta version now. I'm going to demonstrate this with the beta version, which is currently out, and the stable version is expected in a week's time. So open it and install it. The installation should be pretty quick, and it should be easy. So it automatically installs and automatically migrates certain things, but it does not. Let us go and see the K2Store, the new look. See, this is the new look of the K2Store. it is fully bootstrapped, and it uses the namespaced bootstrap CSS file, so it should not conflict with any of your CSS files. And we have made a few instructions for you. See, when you migrate from 3.0 to 3.5, there are few things that we have to consider first. One is this. The first thing we have to consider is that setting tax rates and the tax profile, because 3.5 follows a new tax rules based on Geozone based tax rules. So we have rewritten the tax structure. The entirely we have rewritten the tax structure. So then the second thing is that we have also rewrote the product attributes and to include more attribute types. For currently, previously it had only 2 types of attributes, and which I have already shown to you here. One is a drop down list, and other one I just got migrated. So one is a drop down list, and another is radio list. Now with the K2Store 3.5, there are more attribute types like text, textarea, checkboxes, and you can have a date and time input as well. That means that you can take input from the users. So let us go and let us do the few steps first. The first thing we have to do is that we have to create we have to set the tax rates again. So I'm going to set a few do this step by step. So the first thing that we have to do is that we have to create a store profile. This is the new feature we have introduced. In the store, currently you can have only one store profile. In the upcoming versions, you'll have the ability to create multiple stores and allow users to upload products as well. So those are in the future versions. But currently you can create only one store profile. Let's go ahead and create it. Click new and enter a store name. And I'm going to enter it as a digital store. So digital electronics store, or whatever store that you can give it here, and your description goes here. The next point is the next field is the very important field, because here we are going to select a default country for tax calculation. Let us say I'm in I'm living in USA, Texas, and in Texas you have only you have a at 10% value added tax, right? So whoever comes to a store that is to my online store should see a product with the tax. So we need to apply a default tax to the product. So for which we need to select the country and the zone for calculating the default tax. So we are going to select the United States here. So and I'm going to set this to USA, Texas, right? Okay, and I'm going to save this. Now we have created a store profile. After that, then you have to go to Geozone, because the countries table will be automatically populated, and the zones table will also be here. And the next thing that we have to do is that we have to go to Geozones. We should be creating a Geozone, basically. So the first thing that we are going to do is that we are going to create a default Geozone, that is for Texas. In US, as you have, as in many other countries, every state has different tax rates. So we need to follow a setup. We need to create a zone-based tax profile. So I'm going to explain it how to do it. So in other countries, like in UK, you will have only one tax profile. In case if you have only one tax profile, you can just select all, in your store profile. You can select all zones and leave it. And here in tax zone, I'm going to create a US zone. Let's say a default zone. Okay. So after entering a name, just go ahead and then click save. Actually, you don't click save and close, because we need to add, map the countries and zones to this Geozone. So click save, and once you click save, you will have you will get this field. So need to select country and and add countries and zones to this default zone. So I'm going to select taxes, because that is going to be the default one. So I'm going to add this. So once you added it, you can also add more states. For example, let us say 2 more states that follow. Let's say Washington also shares the same tax profile. You can add it here itself. See, here. Similarly, let us say another state that follows the same 10% profile or whatever, that it has the same tax rules. You can add them here. Any number you can add here. You can also add more countries as well. Right. So for this demo purpose, I'm going to add just only one state. That is going to be Texas. This is going to be the default zone. Right, we saved it, and you can save and close it. The next thing that you are going to do is that you can create a tax rate. Tax rate for a zone. So go to setup and click tax rates, and click new. You'll get a tax rate. You have to enter a name for it. Let's say I'm going to add it as sales tax, and this it'll be let us say it is going to attract 10% of tax, and I'm going to select this zone to default zone. This tax rate applies to default zone. So I'm going to select and save it. Now we have added a sales tax at 10%. You can add more tax rates for here. For example, in a few countries, they collect eco tax. So let us assume that Texas is collecting an eco tax. So I'm going to add one more. Let us say it's eco tax. It is going to be 2%. Let us say it's 2%, and it applies to the default zone. So we have created our tax rates. The next thing you have to do is that we have to assign these tax rates, map the tax rates and the zones to our tax profile. So go to setup and click tax profiles, and click new, and here enter name. Let us call it as taxable goods, and click save, because only after you save, you will get a form to map your tax rates to an address. So I'm going to, we are see every tax rate should be mapped to an address. Otherwise, it will not get applied when somebody checks out. Okay. So I'm going to select sales tax, and it is always, in most of the countries, in everywhere, it applies to a billing address. So I'm going to set it as add tax rate. Assign sales tax to the billing address. You can also create more, some of the tax rates that are addressed to, for example, a shipping tax, and assign it to shipping address. Okay, we have assigned, and we have mapped out the tax rates to the address types. So I click save. Save and close it. So now we have the tax rate ready. So you have to assign these tags to your items again, once again. This is something very important. So go to your product. I'm going to retrace the steps again. So just since K2Store uses K2 items as products, then you have to go to K2 items, K2 and items, and then open your products, Samsung Galaxy tab, and then you have to select tax goods, taxable goods as your tax profile. And save and close it. Similarly, you have to do the same for Motorola Zoom. You can create as many profiles as possible. That's up to you. That, depending on your need, you can create as many tax profiles as possible. So we have now applied all these things, right? So this is the first step we have to do immediately after installing K2Store 3.5. When we upgraded from 3.0 to 3.5, this is the first step we should be doing. Right. So the next thing that we have to do is that we have to create, migrate product attributes, because in K2Store 3.5 we are using a new a feature called a global product options. We are using product attributes like for Samsung Galaxy tab, we are using an attribute called memory, and there is one more attribute called colors. these two attributes we are using it. So in K2Store 3.5 we have included a tool. If you click and then go there, see you have a few instructions before you do this. Before you start migrating, you just follow these instructions on screen instructions. I suggest it is very important to understand how this works actually. Most of these stores, it's a single click job. If you click start migrate, it'll be working. But in case if you have used the prefix price prefix, right, well, in the world 3.0 in the previous versions of K2Store, when you created an attribute, sometimes you would have used a product a prefix called an equivalent sign. It is called this is a price prefix for you might have used for an attribute. For example, I have used one for and for the product called if you have used this, you'll see a list of products that uses that kind of an attribute, and it will list it here. See here, I have used in Motorola Geozone, I have used for an attribute called for an 8 GB. There for an attribute option name called 8 GB, I have used a price prefix of equal. See, this will not be migrated since the equivalent sign is deprecated in 3.5. Because when we use an equivalent sign in an equal to sign in the prefix, it conflicts with the quantity based discounts, which is another new feature we have introduced. So we have deprecated and removed this attribute prefix because most we have conducted a survey with the customers as well, many of the customers, and they said having a plus and a minus sign, minus prefix is enough, and majority of them are not using an equal to prefix. So we have deprecated and removed this. So how do we migrate these one? Okay, this attribute alone will not be migrated. Other attributes will be migrated. So we'll just go ahead and click start migration, and note down, take a paper and note down this ID, product ID, and the attribute name that you have to do it manually. Okay, so click start migration. Okay, it'll be the migration is successful. Once the migration is successful, you will not see the tools. Right. So let us see whether the migration is very correctly applied. So go to setup and then click global product options. Yes, so we have the global product options here, and memory in the color, and it does it's the option type is correctly chosen as drop down and radio. And if you click set the option values, that is your price, the option values it will be set correctly, 16 GB and 32 GB. Having a global product options gives a lot of advantages, because you don't have to create these options again and again. You can just choose and set a price for each of them. So this has been migrated correctly, but one only thing is that in our product number, in our product 2, the second product in Motorola Zoom, there is one attribute that is not migrated. So let us go and see how it does get. Go to the product and see why how the migration is, the product attributes have been applied, and see whether it has not been done. See, when you have used a equivalent sign in a product and you migrate it, all other product options will not be migrated. See, in our Motorola Zoom, we have used equivalent sign, and no options associated with this product has been migrated. So we have to create it again. So I know this is an extra process involved, but migrating this manually is very important, because once you have done this, and that'll be in the future, there'll not be any more change in the structure, because in this structure we have built in so many features which can be expanded in the later future time, and later point of time. So we are going, adding attributes is in the K2Store 3.5 is very easy. All you have to do is that you have to just type a few letters of the unique name that which you have seen in previous screen. So I'm going to show it again here. If you go to K2Store and set up, and then click global product options, you have unique name here. This is a display name that is used in the front end in the site. This is what the customer will see. And this is a unique name for your reference. When you're creating a product, when you're adding this and when you're associating it with the product, you will need to know. So I'm going to type just 2 letters saying you're going to add memory. If you type ME, you will get a drop down list. I just click on it, it'll get automatically selected. If you want to set this to a mandatory attribute, just set S, and then you choose another one. Let's say color. You just type C1 and you get the color. And once you have chosen all these attributes, and you just have to go there and then click save. If you don't click save, it will not get saved. So once you save it, you can start setting price for each items. So in memory, you can set, if you click set price, you can see the the options that we have created for this memory. So it's in 16 GB and 32 GB. So we can, in the price prefix, we have only two items, only a plus and a minus. So go ahead and then set the price. For this option. And the rest of the thing, procedure applies as in K2Store 3.0 in the previous versions of K2Store. So we have created it again. So for color also, we go ahead and then set something. So, the new structure makes it easy for adding attributes to products. If you have hundreds of products, then it will be very difficult. Every time you have to copy, and then you have to do them every time you create it. Every time you have to add an attribute called color, and then again you have to add all the options and then set price for each of them. It will be a cumbersome task. So now the new structure makes it easy. Hope you all like it. So that's all. And again, you have to save and close it. Let us see how the other products has applied. Migration has been applied for other products. So in Samsung Galaxy tab, we have not used price prefix. So the attributes have been applied correctly and have been migrated, and automatically the price will also be set if you have seen this. similarly for the color attribute, the price would have been set correctly. You could see this here. Okay, so we have migrated the attributes. Right. The next point is that the next step we have to do is that after installing, after upgrading to K2Store 3.5, you have to just go to options. We have introduced a few more options that helps you, make your store more perfect. The first one is under, we have made under the cart settings. If you go down, you will see that yeah, here the default address type for tax calculation. So we have in the tax profiles, we have all we have mapped tax rates to an address type. This is a kind of a fallback kind of an option. This will tell the K2Store which type of address should be taken, which type of address should be taken for tax calculation. So here we have to select, we can select either billing or shipping. Since our store option in our store default while we are setting a default profile, we have chosen the billing address. We have mapped the tax rates to billing address. So it is normally when whatever the address type you choose for the default, when you have to select it here. So we choose billing. So choose billing here. You can also choose shipping. And then the second one is that in here or 3.5 we have introduced coupons. Yeah, coupon codes. So if you want to use coupon codes, you have to set this to yes. So these are the two major things that you have to check. So click save and close, and all this. Okay, so once you have done this, right, so you can hide this the entire block by again going to options, and the basic settings you can set show quick steps to no. So if you set that in it'll be all automatically quickened. That's all. And these are the important settings that you have to do immediately after you migrated to 3.5. Right. Let us see how this store our front end, the storefront looks. See here. This is storefront. I know we have just migrated from 3.0.3 to 3.5, and in 3.5 there is one more thing. There are we have made a lot of changes so that K2Store is more responsive and works in all devices. So we have deprecated and removed that the pop-up the larger pop-up, which is many users complain that it is not working good in the mobile devices and other browsers. So in this version we have introduced a small one. We don't see any taxes being added here. So it is because in the options we have not we chose to, in the cart setting we chose to display only the price. If we chose to display price and tax separately, right here, and it will be able to see the tax. So it adds 10% tax. 10, I mean 12% tax, 10% sales tax, and plus 2% for eco tax. So all these taxes have been added here. So okay, you can go ahead and then check out. See, when you check out here also, you can see there is another improvement is that here we are listing out which tax is being applied and why and what, so that the customers will know what tax has been applied and how much is the tax percent. So, and then you click begin checkout. Let us say if you choose you have a, since I was logged in, it asks for it chooses an existing address. Otherwise, you can also create a new address here, and let me first log out and then do a checkout. Right. added Motorola June to the cart, and all things apply. It's one product, and sales tax is right in. Right. So it's all goes in. So I'm going to check out here. So you have the option to check out as you can either register your account and or check out as guest, and you can also, as a returning customer, it will be automatically, you can sign and then go to it. I'm going to register and then do a checkout. So when you click register for an account, it'll automatically ask you for a password, and the email will be taken as the username. So I'm going to use that. And you have the option to disable these two fields and make them mandatory too in the settings. So I'm going to choose the state as a country as United States and the province as Texas. Yeah, just remember our choices. I'm going to explain this once again. So I'm going to choose to zip to the billing address, and then I click continue. Oh, I think the email is already exists, so I have to put some different email. Okay, now straight away we are coming to the offline payment. If you want to change the shipping address, you can just click change, and then you can create a new address. Otherwise, you can choose an existing address and then go ahead with continue and choose the payment. So once you choose a payment and come down here, you can see that the tax is applied here. The product tax is included is $27.60. $27.60 is the product tax included. Because I choose access as the billing address. Let us say if I choose a different address. Okay, so I'm going to create a new address that is going to be like let's see what happens when I choose a different address. So I'm going to choose Oklahoma. Let's say Nevada. And it's shipping address, you can choose anything. Okay, I'm just going to choose the same new address. So let's see the product tax is not applied because in case you have only one tax profile that needs to be applied across everything. That means that you have to apply it to all, right? All the zones or all the countries or everywhere, whoever buys it. Okay, you just have to do only just one time. Yes, you just again go to tax profiles and edit the taxable goods, the tax profile, and choose the associated address type to store address. Here, if you choose it to store address, it will automatically apply the tax correctly. Let's say I'm going to change it again. So I'm starting from Nevada and I'm coming down. So I'm going to just refresh it first. See, the tax is applied. If you map by default thing to an address, and if you don't have any other, if you have not created anything, that means that any other zones or something else, if you just wanted to use a single tax profile, then it is best to set up in map the tax rate. I mean, map the tax rates to the address type of store. Okay, irrespective of the whatever the address I choose in the billing address or shipping address, it doesn't matter. It it'll it'll apply the tax based on the based on what was calculated based on the store address. So if you click confirm order, and it'll go. Right. These are the basic things that you have to watch in K2Store 3.5.